Hey everybody, this is Coach Roth with the Bakersfield Jam. We're in a tight shot here with my man Vance Palms. We just got done with 6 games in 9 days, Vance. We got a day off. We're here Sunday having a little lunch at BJ's Brewery here in Bakersfield, kind of hanging out, watching a little football and relaxing. We'll go back to work on Monday night, but got off to a great start. 5 wins and 1 loss, 4 road wins, which last year, as you well know, was very difficult to win a game on the road. So it was a good sign for us to start off with. And then we capped it off last night with just a heck of a game by our guys. They shot the ball great and defended with a 41-point win over Utah. And just a nice way to go into the weekend with a few days off and get ready for Tulsa on Thursday. What do you think, Vance?
Well, I think anybody out there that knows anything about sports, when you go into an opponent's home court for their home opener, you have to deal with, the freneticism and all that goes around home openers. The Jam, their first 3 road games, their first 3 games of the season were road game home openers, and the Jam pulled through. One of them was an overtime win, and then they go back down to Anaheim 2 nights ago and win that one. Our only loss, basically, was the Jam just came out flat, as it happens, and I think it was after the game, Coach, after that loss, in front of 6,000 fans, you said it best. This is a little bit of a wake-up call for these guys that, you can't take a night off.
Yeah, I think that, we got a little comfortable, obviously, with beating them in LA by 26, but really I think some of the road trip caught up to us a little bit. We had just got off the road, came back to a great crowd. I think they had 7,000 or 6,500 there for Stenson's back to Night House, and so I think we were just a little flat, and a snowball effect happened there, just like it did against Utah. They started making shots, and then everyone started making shots, and it's hard to put one of those fires out.
Last night's big game, Scott. We had 42 assists. That's a big number. If you're a stat man out there or a stat woman out there, 42 assists last night.
Yeah, I keep telling when we talked about that after the game. I kept saying, is that number right? Because I don't think I've ever been in a game where there's been that many assists. I think in the 30s, mid-30s is kind of where I've seen some assists where there's been games like that. But it was just a great night for our players. We got balanced minutes across the board. Quality minutes for everybody across the board that came in. Ashanti Cook, who hadn't played in 5 games, comes off the bench and was outstanding. Obviously, Derek Byers had a great night shooting the ball. Jeff Trepagna off the bench actually carried us in Anaheim the night before. And then our starters have been solid. DeMarcus Nelson had one of his best games of the year, going 10 for 12 from the floor for 24 points. So we're off to a good start. As everyone well knows in this league, you can't get too high and get too low, because all it takes is a trade or a call-up or something, and you're kind of scrambling again.
Scott, one thing about last night's game, we're up by 40 or 38, 36 points, and people are like, man, the Jam are still bringing it. Yeah, we're bringing it with our 6 through 10 guys, though.
Yeah, I get a little sensitive when the score gets that way, because I've sat last year on the end of a few of those. But you can't tell your guys that are coming off the bench not to play hard, and they continue to make shots and play hard, and that's just how it unfolded.
Scott, what about our 2 NBA players, Richard Hendricks and DeMarcus Nelson?
Yeah, they've been fantastic. More importantly for me, the biggest thing with those 2 guys, they're just high character guys, team guys. They value just being around the team, easy to coach. They're just fun to be around there, and they're obviously come from 2 great programs, and they're just 2 great guys.
Last night in the 3rd quarter, I had to shoo my man Sean Rooks out of the co-pilot seat on television to bring in Michael Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper Loop was in town, and it was good to see him. We had a few shouts back and forth there real quick before he got on air during the game. But
he told you to pull the dogs off.
Yeah, I told him, I said, it wasn't in the days when we were playing against each other back when the Utah was playing the Lakers in the semifinals of the Western Conference. But it was good to see him. He did a heck of a job with a very good team down there, obviously, with the LA Sparks. So,
what about Tulsa coming up Thursday?
Tulsa's on the road, and for us it's more important, and like I've told our guys, it's more about us at the end of the day. Just taking care of our stuff and not worrying so much about the other team, and just making sure that we're defending every night. I think that's, like I've been preaching to them, is going to separate us from the league.
Well, everybody out there in the world of web watching the Scott Roth podcast, the big question, the big number. Okay, here's some numbers for you. Number 1 ranking in the NBA D-League, 6,128 fans, a team franchise record, and the high so far of attendance. But the big number, Coach, was when you stepped on the scale last week.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to the people at San Joaquin Hospital and over at the clinic there with the BHMR program. It's been great for me. I started at 291. I was on the road, and I got weighed in at a swelt
Spelt. No, not swelled.
Swelt, 276, so 15
Wow,
pounds in
incredible.
2.5 weeks.
Incredible.
I go in again Friday, and the program's been great. The food's great that I get to eat there. I don't feel hungry. I get a little irritated every now and then when someone like Vance orders a dessert, or somebody next to me, or D. Martin eats a chocolate piece of cake right in
All I
front
had
of me.
today were pot stickers and a pizza. What's wrong with that?
And then he opened up
And
the
root beer.
in the dessert menu and talked about chocolate chip cookies and everything else on there. But
Hey, Coach, you got more willpower than I do.
But I'm going to try to lose 40 or 50, Vance. So I'm on my way, and we'll see what happens with it. But they've been great over there at San Joaquin Hospital, and I'm excited about that.
Good times right now for the Bakersfield Jam with the #1 ranking, great attendance. We're 5-1, and the holiday season around us as well. So keep tuning in and watching Coach.
Yeah, if you have any questions, once again, you can always give us a shout out at sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. That's sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. We'd love to answer some of your questions right here on our podcast. And we'll see you next weekend after we have 3 games coming up. We play Thursday, and then we play back-to-back on Saturday, Sunday. So we'll give you a shout after that Sunday game in the evening. I'll have another player, or possibly Vance, or whoever I can corral to get in here and have a podcast with us. But I hope you're enjoying them, and everyone have a good week. Thanks. Take care. Peace.